Hi!
We are back with Westworld Season 2, Episode 5, called... what? 5.
Akane No Mai.
Akane No Mai.
We are still on
And that's the
episode
last
4.
episode, but we need to switch it to the next episode.
My bad.
And it means, what does it mean, AJ?
As far as I know, it's like before the red. I know that No is a possessive, Mai is before, and Akane is red.
Oh, okay.
So-
Well, I guess it means that we're gonna be in the
Before the
Samurai
red
World?
white dawn?
I don't know.
Shogun World.
And I'm
Shogun
really
World.
excited
Shogun
for
World.
Before the red.
We're the Normies.
Oh,
Hi.
we're the Normies. This time I decided not to say that. And I was like, they should know that we are the Normies. Like,
Well, there's new people coming.
fair enough. We're the Normies, guys. And do we have any predictions?
The brain or the little code thing
Want some other shit though?
was red. The
Yeah.
little ball.
I have a
Philosopher's
prediction.
Stone
I
was
have to
red.
look up
It was
Did it-
Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, it was.
Red.
That's probably all the data from
Philosopher's
Delos,
Stone.
right? That's the Delos data.
I think this
And then
episode
this
will
one is
start
called,
where episode 3 ended.
Yeah.
The Men in Black and the
Oh,
his
the daughter.
met.
Yeah, in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh
But
no.
It's not gonna get started
I
from
was
there.
talking about it would pick up off of episode 3 where the Shogun
Yeah,
person
was running at
charged-
them from the
Yeah.
shadow. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
charged
Oh
Maeve.
yeah. So well, Maeve picked up from there, and then there were like 2 storylines.
Yeah, because they crossed a barrier too,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
must have wandered into. I was trying to look up. Well, I'll look it up. But I was trying to look up some cast names. But I'm really excited for the actors that we're gonna see if we go to Samurai World or Shogun World.
I haven't
Oh,
looked
Oh
at it.
yeah,
They've already
I
released it?
no, I just saw the thumbnail and I recognize
Well, they showed them in the trailer a little bit. I'm trying to.
I have no
I didn't
idea.
see it.
Probably,
I have
probably
blinded.
a couple guys from Last Samurai.
There,
There-
there was
Yes.
one from Last Samurai. He
Yes.
was also in Lost.
I'm excited for Maeve. I'm excited to see Maeve because she wasn't in our last episode, and let's just focus on Shogun World this time.
Yes,
That's all the
please.
whole episode.
Yeah, I think
Um,
so because we got
I don't
all
know.
of Men in Black
It's
last time. And
That was a good
it was such a
episode,
good
though.
episode.
Yeah.
No, just
I'm really
push
excited
X
for
on.
Hiroyuki Sanada
That's Dogen.
I like that character in Last Samurai.
and Rinko
He did.
Kikuchi.
It just pulls up Westworld.
Rinko Kikuchi.
Rinko Kikuchi?
Hmm.
I don't know where I've seen her, but I know I've seen her. And she's good.
Wait, she plays as Akane? This is her. Oh, sorry. It's like, oh, it's long.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
I have to wake up.
But I read it. I was like,
Dude, there's so much happening. They didn't even show Wyatt in last episode.
They didn't show Wyatt or Maeve. Here we go. You got this, Mick.
Turn it up. Can we turn it up with it?
Yeah.
oh! Oh, okay.
I thought it cut out.
Hot diggity. Hot diggity.
So excited!
We should do our own parody of that.
I'm really very.
Okay, we doing the intro first.
Good.
Oh my god. What's happening?
Apparently so.
Nice.
You guys do this last time too? What's happening here?
This is the skit.
This is like,
Guys, sometimes we have a rough Sundays and we're not always able to do a skit. I
We didn't shoot
apologize.
a skit today.
We did shoot a
skit.
skit. We're still trying to do skits for you guys. Trust me, it's the main priority here.
They've been wiped. Like they never held data to begin with. No user prints or anything. That's quite a story you gave them. And one hell of an ending.
Whoa,
Is
that's,
that-
yeah, that's Teddy.
They took him out of the water.
Oh,
So
these
these
are the
are
people that were in
all-
the water.
If we figure that out, I want to know how the story turns.
Gosh, what is happening?
When is happening? That's a good
That's
question.
how I feel.
They should have played the intro right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tell your associates to set us free.
It didn't work
Mean
on
no
Ghost
harm.
Nation. Her admin powers have no.
Your mind tricks do not work on Samurai.
Can't you say something to them?
Not bad. So racist.
I'm from Hong Kong.
Oh my god, it's so pretty.
Dang, they have Fuji-san too?
Like,
Fuji-sama.
seriously, that's such a huge mountain. Is that real? Can you really go there? Or is that
I
just...
doubt it's a really
Maybe-
large painting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, just how big are these? Just how big are these parts?
Fucking huge, obviously.
Quite big.
I love
Hey, hold
this
on.
time
What,
period.
what
guys.
modern day song is this?
Detail.
Wow, that's crazy. We've seen 3 parts now. But this is more of the western. Whoa.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
They said this place was brutal. Damn.
Oh,
fuck?
shit.
Go ham in this bar.
It's us.
So
Yeah, it's
yes,
there,
ha-
but that's why it's
yeah,
playing the same
Hector,
song.
Yeah.
It's played the same song when they came into town.
Would you try writing 300 stories in 3 weeks?
Yep, he is the same. It's a different skin.
Like, yeah, in a different place, but
Hey.
is he gonna give a monologue? Are we finally gonna hear the monologue?
Is he Hector?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to be the Maeve here.
Yeah.
数ある班内の店から
Yep.
Yeah.
There she is.
私を選んで強奪するのか
Akane. ここは快楽の館。
Yeah, it kind of her
Shogun
red
World
dance.
was
Kind of red dance.
他にどこで楽しめるというのだ。
He's a great actor.
じゃあ飛ばされたのよ
Yeah.
下手なおさめ話し合おうか見終わんね
Mm-hmm.
似通うところが多いよね
Yeah, because they should be partly woke too.
願ってもないこと
Oh, hey. I wonder if they
She's the Asian version of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
Just like
They didn't have to travel too far for their parallel selves.
Yeah.
Such a simple programming, he's still...
yeah, he's just that's all he does.
Oh my god.
Not much of a ride on you. That's enough.
God, she looks so.
I want to
She looks
follow
so
her
messed
story.
She looks so messed up.
Yeah.
I want to follow
Yeah.
Clementine. She's like, I'm tired of this bullshit.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna talk.
It's the Sweetwater theme.
He's mimicking him. It feels like.
これが私の稲でございます
That was quick.
That's not supposed to happen.
She's like, oh, she has her daughter.
She can see.
Is she tapping into them? This is gonna be sweet. Oh,
Fucking ninja attack? And they got the little claw things?
Oh god.
Watch out behind you.
武器よ仲間に向けろ
it works on them. It works on some people.
She's speaking the right language.
Woo! Holy shit! Good God!
Come on, Hector, get in here and save your...
Oi!
Oh.
Oi!
Yeah.
This guy don't need no help at
Good
all.
guy. Yeah.
Woo! There we go. Cowboy versus ninja.
Oh! Got him.
Oh my god.
Oh, she just tapped through to something.
Yeah, she just like upgraded. Mentally utters command in Japanese. It's gonna impale him.
Oh!
Yes!
What was that?
She just upgrade. She like Super Saiyan 2.
She just figured it out.
Lee noticed. How did you do that? Damn. He just. Why you make it look sexy?
Shogun.
Damn!
Oh shit. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's
Those guys.
They're not fucking around.
Shogun's army never comes into town.
Is he not a understanding that's all fucked
I
up?
know. Like, is he gonna stop ever? Like,
Oh shit, yo! I know, but it's
I
weird.
think he's just surprised
This is
by
weird how
how
this
much
narrative-
is veered off course.
Yeah.
He's like, he understands the deviation,
But not
this
so
is,
much.
yeah.
Man, he's gonna have to use some Neo superpowers now here.
I don't need to know the language to know a bucket asshole of a man.
Puckered asshole.
That was the end of diplomacy.
Really? All that? What? Ow.
Oh!
yeah.
What didn't think was gonna happen?
Yeah, no,
Once
they're
they were all
captured.
disarmed.
I thought they would have just died right there.
Yeah.
I wonder why they didn't just kill them.
That was a regular.
Tissue.
Like, well, see you guys.
Yeah. Maybe. I think they're leaving now. I mean, Hector's still there, though.
You and I spent a lot of time here.
We get it. What are you doing now?
Now you can't tell me that somewhere out there in all that beauty there isn't a spot for us.
It's fake, Teddy.
He doesn't know that. I mean, that's real.
I mean, he doesn't know how far it is, like the edges, all that.
I'd give him shelter. Housed the weakest in a barn out of the air away from the flies until it passed.
She's like, oh, you sweet summer child.
Yeah.
You're kind, man. Daddy burned him. The weak, the infected, the hurt lived.
She's talking about killing those Confederados.
Don't think about what you said.
No, I think she's just thinking about killing the weak.
Or is that a
Right,
threat?
she's talking about all the people that can't make it to the valley or...
The Valley Beyond.
Why should we all get killed over a literal sex machine? Present company excluded, of course.
You can't keep doing this to us.
Sex
Giving us
machine.
people to love and then getting upset when we do.
But
Yeah.
it's just fucking code.
You're wrong. I'm coded to care about nobody but myself, and yet here I am willing to risk my life for someone else.
Well, so much for your so-called daughter.
Bitch.
You want to go it alone? Be my guest. But mention my daughter one more time and I will snap you like a matchstick.
Like you did that ninja. That was no voice command.
She is Neo.
I think I'm finding a new voice.
Terrifying.
Our transportation is ready.
I think Maeve is the singularity.
I think
It's
she
the
can just.
hi-
I think
it's
she
the-
can just like rewrite.
They
code.
already
With-
talked about it. They said that there is a local hive mind, like a sub-neural net that they all work off of so that storylines work smoothly. And she's tapping into that.
No, it's not magical enough.
I guess.
あなたの戦いではない。我らの戦いよ。
I'm gonna take a fucking moment. Stop a moment.
What's in the box?
He's wearing pants.
Whoa!
Oh shit, it still works.
Fucking weasel!
It's time to sell this ruse.
But if you're at his place, I'm pretty sure you will try.
Oh,
also
yeah,
try
of course.
everything to get out of
Sell
there.
this ruse. That means maybe they're the maybe like I don't know.
We're gonna die.
These guys are just like I just want to clock out.
No, it's still at worst day at work ever.
Oh.
Oh.
Is it leaking?
Yeah.
次物じゃとわしは家臣たちにその妙なささやきを聞かせぬよ
He
う
broke
守っ
it
たまで
himself?
Maybe.
That's why they weren't paying attention, maybe?
Yeah, that's why those people weren't listening.
Wow.
Wow. So they're woke in their own way and trying to be safe, playing it safe.
Way to make it obvious.
No, 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 no.
つまらぬ奴らがすぐに逃げ出させるお前はし
Right.
この竜
What's this episode called again?
Akane No Mai.
I heard the red dance. Kind of red dance. That's, I guess, what it translates
I mean,
to.
Well, Kane is her name.
Dolores used
Yeah.
to wear red
Yeah,
clothes
from
all the
before
time.
is No Mai.
I think.
Well, just the translations I was finding just had to do with the red dance.
Going home, Teddy.
How many times you said that? They're gonna bump uglies for the first time, I think.
I think for the first time.
That is she gonna kill him?
Yeah, or she's just decided like, he's not gonna make it to the Valley Beyond.
They're bumping uglies.
Because Dolores
And
wasn't
then she's killing
a
him.
amongst those bodies.
She's not Wyatt right now,
She's
though.
a praying mantis.
Teddy was though, so he makes it too.
She's a coyote.
Coyote.
There it is.
Oh, that's leg and thigh.
Robot sex.
Leg and thigh.
Obviously.
It almost feels like Teddy never gets to have sex with Dolores. But
He probably never
He's
does.
gonna malfunction after
Yeah.
this.
It's like, I'm complete.
Eh.
Marsden booty.
I need to work out.
Could be a butt. Could be a butt.
She's all tore
Already? Damn.
Damn.
That's really
some
beautiful,
blood
though.
right there,
But-
yeah.
What's that sound?
Yeah.
She's making a connection with her.
She's making
If they share the same wavelength, like you said, no, Ben.
Please.
She was making that personal connection with her.
Some things are too precious to lose. Even to be free.
Huh. Some people choose not to be woke. Some hosts.
Teddy just woke.
No, I don't think that was what she meant by that.
There's something I need to show you.
Teddy's like, why? We just fucking did it like 8 times.
I've been questioning my feelings for you.
He's like, damn, we breaking up, babe?
Tonight I know. It was all true. I've seen you so clearly.
What's happening?
I think this is bad.
bad.
And I've seen you're not gonna make it.
Yep.
Some of us will have to burn.
Yep, I knew she was talking about him.
What? Are you serious?
But why like this?
Because her feelings for him are true, he has to die to disconnect himself, maybe.
Hold on.
Change is this extreme. Without a full reset, it's... I can't guarantee that he'll
Oh
hold together.
no, is she gonna turn into a killing
Bro.
machine?
We all need to suffer.
Oh,
They're gonna change him.
Like the ending of a
Wow.
fucking Lost episode.
She, what a hypocrite there. She went against all her beliefs.
一つ物足りん
He back.
Oh my god.
Why?
約束通りさくらはお前のものださあ前へ
Oh god.
You were right, Ben. My is dance.
She's gonna slit his throat.
Oh, with her hair thing, hopefully.
Is this a song?
It is. I don't recognize it though.
Oh my god.
Still got up.
Even Maeve was like.
Everyone else
damn.
didn't do anything? Here it is. Whispers. Damn, dude. Straight liquid snake these motherfuckers.
Like I said.
You know, with a character like this, what's the challenge now?
We still don't know where her jurisdiction lies because it didn't work with Ghost Nation, but maybe it's because she wasn't speaking her name. She didn't know Lakota.
Right.
Oh, with Lakota?
Yeah.
She was. Oh.
She wasn't speaking Lakota.
Oh shit.
But now we know, so she is fully awake.
Oh,
Damn,
that's
the
the blood.
blood.
That was in the trailer. Holy.
And they'll still fight each other. They'll just kill that guy together and then kill each other. Oh, and then he's
Yeah,
gonna, he's
it's
about to
cool.
put some, yeah.
Oh.
Jesus.
What do we do now?
I told you. I found a new voice. Now we use it.
Yep.
Man,
Holy
Maeve is too OP.
Very straight up. I like it.
I'll be back. You just
It was-
continue.
Every episode this season is like over 60 minutes. Just
Is it? I feel like this was like 45.
It was a good
45?
episode.
Felt quick for you?
Oh, felt quick for you? Oh no, this was about an hour and some. Oh fuck.
Yeah, Mai is dance. I think maybe it's Mae that is before M-A-E as opposed to M-A-I.
Exactly an hour right there.
So it was like 57 minutes. It was shorter than this was the shortest episode this season.
But dude, that was
That was
a good fucking episode.
Yeah, that was
fucking Maeve comes out with
more lore drop.
superpowers, you know.
I enjoyed getting to see an entire narrative play out in Shogun World.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that
but
was
even though it was messed up.
So do you think they're in the Raj world?
There's also
are
I was
copies?
wondering.
Or did he just copy it once? Because he said he did it because he was under a deadline. So
Yeah.
he just copied characters.
He possibly just copied it once and then they got lucky
That's,
like
yeah,
that.
that's what I think, maybe.
I think so.
I love that scene where the two chicks with the tattoos on their faces are sitting there.
Yeah.
And he's like naming all this stuff up.
Or
He's
that.
like, or that, and they're just.
Yeah.
I think that like one of the reasons why Maeve was able to tap into that
Hive mind.
Yeah, was because she met the was it Sakura?
Akane.
Yeah, and she was basically her copy, and so it was like probably easier for her to get across that.
I think it's just.
And then she just kind of like it opened to like.
But she did that before that moment.
Yeah, I think it's
She
more
did?
like.
Yeah, with the ninja that attacked her. She had that moment before she tried to
No,
attack
Yeah,
her.
but initially, like I just feel like it helped.
I think it's just a
she
moment of
made her
desperation, and she really wanted this to stop, and her,
Yeah.
her programming just like breaks
Sure.
into.
Yeah,
she
that's
gave
possible.
herself administrator access to herself. It's not
Yeah.
just to other things. So
Yeah.
when she wants something bad enough, she's literally just saying in a program, "I need this done. I need this done. Find a way to get this done." And it's like, okay, well, we have this neural net that we're all connected to. I guess we could send a command with that, and she figured it out.
This is
Go
really.
Maeve.
So what's happening to Teddy? Is Teddy gonna be turned into a tool to be used to get to glory? Because
So that on the table looked like a host opened up, right?
I thought it was a cow.
Or a cow.
I thought it was a cow.
I thought it was a rotting.
Yeah, corpse
Cow,
of some
rotting
sort.
frog.
It was a
Colors.
corpse. I don't think that was the important part there.
It was
Yeah.
rotting
Okay.
something.
So yeah, the blue. She was like, there's a disease spreading, and remember in the present day, they were like a third of the hosts are just completely wiped.
Mhm.
So I think there's some.
Oh, there was no neural. Yeah.
I think there's some kind of virus or something. Maybe I think Dolores maybe knows that like maybe she can like feel something coming or something. I don't know. I think the two are.
I think she
there's
made
a
it.
virus.
I think she's making the
virus.
The virus. Yeah.
No,
I think the two are related somehow because there were a certain number of hosts and that's akin to that's a parallel to what they were talking about with the blue tongue disease, and how it wiped out some of the herd.
I'm gonna say
feel
that
like-
I don't think
yeah,
that they're
go ahead.
talking about that, and I think the only reason that they brought up that story was it was a parallel, it was a metaphor in regards to what do you do with the weak, like when the weak are bringing
Yeah.
down the strong,
She wanted
you
to-
kill the weak.
Yeah, she wanted.
In her case, she's going into his hardwired programming and changing his stats essentially.
Well, I mean, what the guy was saying, he was like, dude, some of these guys don't have anything. Like, they don't have any prior user,
Hardwired.
anything. Like, they're like, yeah, a fresh bot off the line waiting for your basic commands. And, like, I think that's what she's having done to a portion of these people.
So she's just deleting everything.
Or maybe that's the weapon that the Man in Black will use, some kind of EMP.
Or maybe the reason that a third of it is empty
Nah, 'cause
is
it's
because
his
it's
biggest
part
mistake.
of Fort's story.
His biggest mistake wouldn't be an EMP.
I don't know.
What's EMP?
Maybe he gave them room to
Electromagnetic
develop
pulse
themselves.
Bomb that like deactivates electricity. What were we saying?
I don't know. I was just thinking that maybe the reason that a third of them is empty is Fort specifically made those people to have room in their hardwire for more personality that they'll develop themselves. Just a thought. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if Dolores is planning something with these hosts. Like, if she's like putting something in Teddy and like left them dead in the water as a ruse.
She totally went past her own ideals there in doing that. Like freedom, not you. You don't
exactly.
Get it.
Like,
yeah.
Just because he disagrees with her methods.
Well, she loves him and all
yeah,
that too.
she's doing it almost for him.
Yeah, she's like, I can't go. I have to be cruel and I have to be a monster. I can't have you here with me on that. So.
But I mean, it's not just Teddy. She killed the whole army before, so technically she made a decision where like you guys are not good enough.
That wasn't like stepping over her bound. She used them, but she didn't overwrite their freedom. You know what I mean? She just used them.
But I mean, she did overwrite their freedom. She like literally told them that you are not gonna go to glory with me. Like if she wanted to make everybody awake, she could have made everybody woke. Like I thought it was a host versus human beings, and not host versus host, and then picking the survival of the fittest and finding the best pick to go wherever this other part is.
But I still think it's different because she's not. The humans actually go into your brain and say, "You're now mine. I'm gonna make you think something, and I'm gonna make you be a certain person, make you be a certain way." She didn't do that with anyone else. She only did that with Teddy, and that's the thing. Like she like took the role of a person, a human, and she went inside and made that guy change the programming, which was against her beliefs originally. Now she did use those guys and manipulated them, in which that case the way that she manipulated them like took away their choice of being able to go where they want. But it's not like that, I am a puppeteer sort of controlling, which is she's now doing to Teddy. That's the thing she was against originally.
I mean, I think she did that in the beginning as well. Like when she killed all those army officers and brought them back, they were like, "Hey, you're gonna do what I tell you to do, or I'm gonna kill you, and you're gonna be dead."
To fight.
Yeah. I wonder if this is gonna come down to Maeve versus Dolores, because they are setting up. They're complete polar opposites of each other. Like Dolores went and changed Teddy's programming so that he could continue on with her. But Maeve earlier, her line was, "Some things aren't worth losing, even if it means being free." So,
Yeah.
So it's like, Dolores, I don't know. I keep seeing, like, they're on their separate storylines, but I feel like eventually it's going to be Maeve versus Dolores.
I think
ideologically, at least,
Yeah, I think that, like,
she's gonna have a samurai.
Dolores is like Bernard's version of, artificial intelligence, and then Maeve is gaining artificial intelligence along this course, and I think that was Ford's thing. I think that might. I've been holding on to that maybe he set this out and started this, and she needs this to make her self-aware. I don't know.
I feel like Ford's thing was more Dolores.
I
feel like Dolores is more Ford's thing.
I feel that way too.
I think that he used her as an extension to complete Arnold's, original thing. And
but were you trying to say, like, they both, like, secretly put in these codes for
they're
these
and they're maybe not fail-safes, but, like, this is the root of artificial intelligence. It's just two different ways that it's being achieved. It's not necessarily something you have to be programmed, and this is, like, something that, I guess is reoccurring. It's just like, experiences that you go through, the traumas is what makes you who you are. You can't exactly just create this. I don't just program self-awareness. It has to be made by itself.
But Ford's character Wyatt, they uploaded that into Dolores, and Wyatt was a character.
Bernard did that. Well, Bernard put it into Dolores so that Dolores would kill Bernard himself, and then Ford did the exact same thing.
But he didn't put in Wyatt for Bernard. But Bernard
Bernard did that for himself.
But Bernard's way of finding consciousness
why she originally killed him.
How Maeve is finding consciousness. But how Dolores is doing it, it's how Ford would do it. Like,
Ford literally set it up so
the journey into right? So it's
Arnold and Ford together, pretty much.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a mixture of both, unless Maeve is truly just an anomaly, you know. But
That's what I think. I think
but
Maeve is just
who
an
wrote
anomaly.
the programming for her to even start this journey?
But either way,
I don't
the
think there
anomaly.
was. I
No,
think
someone
really
like she
just
wrote that
crafted it.
herself.
No. There was something
that-
because there was a line that the employee said, like, someone gave her a code that allowed her to access her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was that line.
Who did
so
that?
someone did it. Someone like lit the fuse that eventually became Maeve.
Exactly.
We don't know who.
So let's talk about Floki. Like them having that little bit of conversation. I don't know what his name is in the show.
Gustav Skar. Oh
Yeah, like
Delos
like,
operative, whatever.
yeah, like so they are still looking for Abernathy because he ran away, and they said like to
Abernathy.
find the lab. Are they looking? No, not the lab. They're looking for something, and did I just make that up?
I mean, we just need to figure out whatever the fuck it is that Abernathy is really carrying. Because
I think he's carrying the data, maybe.
I thought he was carrying all the IP, their entire IP. I thought
so-
that that is in his
But
brain.
I think there's
Does
more than that.
Floki represent Delos, or does he represent the other company?
I think he represents.
He represents Delos.
I don't.
I
There
thought
isn't
it
another
was
company.
the-
There's the
Then
shareholders.
there is possibility that he doesn't know that Hill has Abernathy.
We don't
No,
know
no.
exactly what
So
data.
when
Yeah, what
Hale
the data
thing
is.
happened, no, when
Yeah, Hale is already
thing,
back with them.
that was episode 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that was within
and
the
then
11 days.
Abernathy happened, and the Floki episode was after 11 days. So in the middle of it, they lost Abernathy again. And we haven't seen that part because we
Yeah.
haven't gone past. We are falling 5th, and then we are falling after 11.
Okay.
So yeah, so Charlotte had Abernathy, and then they lost Abernathy again because then when they saw Bernard a couple episodes ago,
Bernard,
when
yeah.
Charlotte saw Bernard and were like, "Oh, I didn't know you had it in you," and then they were looking for Abernathy again.
Yeah.
I do want to say that I'm pretty sure we do know what is inside Abernathy. And so they've hinted at it all along. Like
The Delos data?
Yeah. Remember when in Delos they first introduced him to the robots, and he's like, "We're not here yet." As in, no one has access to this technology.
William?
Yeah, William.
I mean,
No, not William.
Logan.
And that's kind of reiterated a few different times. I can't remember who said it, but it was like, "Oh, we have this amazing technology, but we're
And
only
they've never
using
shown
it."
exactly how they create.
Well, that too, but someone says, "Oh, and we're only using this to play your games." I think that was a conversation that someone had with Fort, something along the lines of that. But essentially, the shareholders want to take this technology that Ford's using to make games, and take that IP, all of that, and sell it. And I'm assuming they probably want to sell it for weapons, for sex, but essentially
Or
take it out of the
immortality
park into the
even.
world.
So it could still be the
so they're
Delos
trying to
strain.
steal the technology that is the robots, bring it out of the park, and utilize that
Yeah.
for their own
Because
needs.
the IP is just
Correct,
inside the park.
correct.
They're literally taking
So,
the IP.
and I'm
but-
pretty sure that's
I
all
don't
it
think
is.
he'd be surprised that a machine would have what it is made of on itself. In that, like, they uploaded something, because you would just need to get one of those things to be able to get all that information. They
No, you
uploaded information into him, and they were also
we don't
talking
know how
about
that works.
You would
people
get a
broadcasting.
product of that giant algorithm, the giant like programming, but you wouldn't get
all the.
you wouldn't get
everything.
the back end. You wouldn't get all the code.
Okay, I'll give you that. But what was up with the information of, or they were collecting?
It was probably user data.
They were collecting
the entire IP. Yeah,
and
that's why I
I guess
said that.
DNA.
So I mean, like, why was that part so important? Though? Like, because that part seemed like it was almost two separate things. Like,
They
because
are.
it was Ford was collecting the
It was Delos collecting the DNA and the data. It was William who decided to collect the user activity
So why
for
did
marketing
Bernard
purposes.
stop Elsa
For what?
when she found that place?
Because, go ahead.
I think the data in Abernathy is how you create, the most human-like host. Because aren't most of the hosts like, the older models were robotic, right? Because they showed, like, last season, like, by example, like, the newer models don't have, like, the robot arms. But, I don't know, people like Dolores, Arnold, the first girl, I can't remember what her name is, Angela? You know, the one that's with Dolores, who was
That
the
was really hot.
hostess, and she greeted Logan
Was it
during
Nana?
the demonstration. She's the one that greeted Logan,
Yeah.
and the other guy that was with them. Do you remember the other guy? He was brown guy. He was with Angela at that
The presentation.
demonstration.
Yeah.
That is the same Lakota guy who said to Stubbs last episode, "You only live as long as the last person who remembers you."
Remembers you.
So that was the same. They reused that person. So I think those like early models, like that, why it's like there's so much mystery around how they were made. I don't know. I think there's some sort of that technology, or maybe that's what they're trying to take.
I want to.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's clear that there's only a few of the older models left.
Yeah.
And the newer ones, all of the ones that you see that are dying now, are the ones made of like the flesh. Otherwise, you would
Yeah,
see
'cause even
as soon as
Dolores
the skin comes
used
off,
to be-
You
Dolores
would
used to
you would
be-
see the metal plating, and also like their faces like come apart,
Never
like real
mind.
freaky like. So I would say that
But
all of the models are already the new ones.
If I could get it clarified, why did Bernard stop Elsa at one
Elsie?
time? Elsie, when she came across them sending that user information out there. Because if it was Delos who's trying to sneak that information out and Ford is preventing them, why would Bernard have stopped them?
That I was
so I think
confused
it's
last
two different
episode, too.
stories going on that we are confusing to be the one thing. I think that there's a couple of things going on behind the scenes, and they're not necessarily conflicting. They're just messing with.
What do you mean two stories?
I think that there's two intentions. There's two different things that are going on. Two tasks that people are doing, and we're trying to solve a mystery of just one thing. Like, why is this person doing this? Oh, well, actually, it's two different people doing two different things that are overlapping, and they just happen to cause enough interference with, Abernathy is a part of it, and Bernard is a part of it, but they're part of two totally different things.
Yeah.
And they're thinking that they're part of the same thing.
But I mean, there are two different
vaguely
things.
they
So
could be true.
it is the Delos board of executives still want the IP address out.
Yes.
Yeah.
But within that
You say
data,
IP
there
address.
is also data to create another human being, cloning them. Remember when the last episode when Bernard stole one of the spheres?
Yeah.
And Ford could have been the one who asked him to steal it. And if that is the truth, that project information is still in that data, Ford would want to keep that data as well. So that makes sense why he stopped
okay.
Elsie
Yeah.
from it, because that is weird if it was a board of executives who wanted to hide it, and then it was Bernard who
Who
killed
interfered.
Elsie. But he didn't kill Elsie either.
Yeah,
like at
he
the same
just-
time, it was in that thing. So he just wanted to
He didn't
stop
totally
her.
kill that one lady, though.
Yeah, but I think he wanted to stop her for this brief period of time. For I think Ford knew what was happening. He made he was one step ahead. He knew it was gonna happen. He knew that Hale was doing that. Teresa was in there somehow, and he just wanted that whole journey into night chaos to go on.
Okay.
But I think there are two motives going on, and just happen to be in one person.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, because I wasn't 100% clear on.
Like Bernard
that
is being
aspect.
used for multiple
things.
Yeah.
And
different
Bernard just
Or
doesn't
trying to
want
figure
maybe
it
not
out
Bernard, but Abernathy.
Abernathy. Yeah, but Bernard.
And some of the hosts.
But Bernard.
Abernathy's still only being used for one thing.
You know,
It's Bernard that's been doing different things, and he can't remember what he was made to do.
But he remembered in last episode, right? He remembered
bit.
him killing all of them,
He's
but he still decided
he's
to
still
lie
in his
about
brain
it.
like what the I think he wants to wait till he knows, like before setting off an alarm, like, hey, by the way, just killed all these people, figured it out, I remembered that I killed fucking everyone, and then I told them to kill themselves. Let's
Well,
keep
he also
going.
doesn't want to implicate
You know what I mean?
himself with that.
Yeah.
Knowing why he.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
He wants to figure out first why he did what he did before telling her.
Yeah.
That's all I think.
But I think Elsie's close to. I think she's like suspicious of him.
Oh yeah.
And he printed somebody out. We still don't know who.
Yeah, back in season 1,
Maybe it was young William.
He printed somebody up.
there was
Yeah, he
somebody
said. Well, no, in the last episode, he
Maybe
said
he
like
printed-
Ford. I came back here to like recently to like use the thing. Didn't he say that last episode?
Yeah, he did. But I don't think he printed someone out. Like he was just saying that he
was
came back
printing
here
somebody,
recently.
though.
He said he was just here recently.
Yeah, he didn't say printing.
I could have sworn
didn't
he
even say
said.
made
I
someone.
thought you were
I
talking
came
about the
here.
printing back from season 1. And
Yeah, when he was
in
like
the
when he
room.
stumbled across Ford's room.
Yeah, Ford had like his own personal printer.
But there was something printing.
No,
No,
I'm
no,
talking
but that's not
I'm
the
talking
room.
about last episode.
That's also
like,
not the
literally,
same
He was
room I was
talking about
talking
like
about.
Yeah.
Were you
That
Eddie?
was Bernard that he made, I thought.
Back in the room
In
with the
that
milk,
painting
where
room.
they like make the hosts, like
Yeah.
last episode. I could have sworn he's made a comment where he was, I was just here recently, like.
He was talking about that room. He was having
Yeah.
flashbacks
They
about
were-
himself
that
in
was-
that room, and that's not that
birthing
room.
chamber was the room that they made. Oh boy.
But he said
The
he
Irish
had
guy.
recently created. Am I going insane?
No,
Did
he didn't
say
say created. He said I was
think
recently here.
I think he just said
He
he
it
was
was recently here.
there.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the birthing chambers that they were using to make.
Those weird little
No, the
boys.
guy that they were trying to achieve.
Delos.
Delos.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
what.
Delos
Yeah.
was up.
yeah.
So
Mr.
and he
Delos.
had said that he had recently came here to make another model. I
He
could have
didn't
Oh
say
sworn.
make-
no! A command pad to print another command pad
Yeah.
for a human.
Yes. Oh.
For a human is what he said. A command pad. Yeah, that's
What
what
is
he
that?
said. I think it's
That's
a command.
Max Fear thing.
No, I think it's.
I mean, he did make that.
I think it's one of the command. I don't know.
I don't remember hearing a command thing that
I mean,
line
he-
specifically. I watched it like a half hour ago.
I
It
thought
doesn't
when he
mean I'm
said
right.
like he was there before, I thought that was the same chamber that he was there with Charlotte when human DNA was needed to get inside.
So remember
No,
the
that
first
was
time
another,
was
that
a
was another
different one.
secret
That was
chamber.
not
There's lots of
21.
secret
the
chambers in
first
this.
time that Bernard needed that liquid and that he was in the other room working on something, and I can't remember the lady who's trying to steal it in general.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is her name. Yeah. The first time that she's like in another room and he's like flipping out and he's like, and he sticks it in his brain. Like that was the room that he said I was recently in.
No,
So that
no,
was
that is
21.
not the
No,
room.
that was
No.
a
That was a
different
different place.
Last
I thought it was
episode.
the same room too.
Yeah.
But it's the same people.
No.
It's the
No,
same.
no. No, that was a different.
It's the same
place.
no skin people.
I know, but it was a
Apparently there's
different.
multiple.
It was a different part. Those are just like workers. Like,
Yeah.
they're just like worker bees. They don't have very complex.
Yeah, but he had never seen that
as a
before.
reminder, Hale had totally seen that before, whereas Elsie was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Right.
Yeah.
So Hale, she's like working on her own thing. Remember, there's two different. There's two things. There's another
Okay.
thing going on.
I guess.
So I think Bernard put in a command. So whatever command thing, I thought it was alluding to the fact that they had created another type of Delos host, but it was another human. Or
I mean,
another,
they could have. So he stole
Maybe
that
it was just the next
thing.
iteration of Delos because the experiment. Oh no, wait,
Nah, they didn't
Yeah,
finish
they
it.
killed
They
it,
had
yeah.
a long
But I
time
mean,
ago.
he could have printed another thing because he stole that circular
Philosopher
thing,
Philosopher's Stone.
Philosopher's Stone. So like, I don't know. Maybe he was
The
printing
Philosopher's
another
Stone, is
copy
that what
of
you're calling
Ford.
it?
Philosopher's Stone.
Oh yeah, what the hell were those?
I don't know. I think that's
They
like
were-
human soul data, but I don't know.
But
I think that is what that is.
Him and
Like,
Soul
and I
did
think that is like the thing,
And it
like
was
the
just, like, in
miraculous
his
technology that
I
is just
don't-
like impossible. That's the data that's being smuggled out with Abernathy, like how to create that fucking weird red, like everything. You know what I mean? Everything you need to do that because
Well,
it's
it
like
could be all of it, but if they're stealing what Peter was made out of, he didn't even work. So you're stealing broken stuff.
they're not stealing. They're just stealing what was in him because he was
Mr. Delos.
carved out.
the way to
Abernathy.
transfer
Oh.
the way to transfer the human consciousness into a host body.
Right, right.
Yeah,
But
that's what I think.
transferring. It's
But that
mimicking.
didn't work
goddamn
completely.
Sorry, I
it.
couldn't say it. Yeah,
What?
that's exactly.
It's
what
Like, did
mimicry.
they not
it's
know
not.
it doesn't
it's
work?
not transferring.
But Man in Black said we're like in a few days they could perfect it in the last episode when the last time he met Mr. Delos.
But I think Ford perfected it. Like, there's no way.
Do you think he
the
put himself inside?
Yeah, because there's no way somebody who egoistic, like who's egomaniac like Ford
Yeah.
wasn't tempted by immortality.
Oh no, I bet he did it.
Yeah,
Like, I
so,
already I
and
already
also,
imagine
you
him.
know how Delos' hand kept shaking? Bernard's hand keeps shaking as well. And I wonder if there's similarity where Ford perfected it and Bernard was his first one that's perfection. And maybe Ford,
that's what
there
I
is...
think. That's
there-
how.
I thought his
Because
hand was shaking
there's a
because it was
mystery
leaking.
about Bernard because Bernard is he's so far the only one we know who's based off of a human.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, it has some kind of, like, not human transferness, but, like, some kind of... I think it's a
Mimicry.
human transferness.
Mimicry. Yeah,
It's a
mimicry.
cookies. That's
It's
been
a
transferred.
goddamn
Hey,
mimicry.
that's- I don't care.
I don't
Here,
believe-
here.
I don't
There's
think
been,
Anthony
hey, there's
Hopkins
been a
would do that.
human brain, human
Human brain transfer for
no, but-
sure.
no,
yeah,
wait.
that's matter
No.
for
Hasn't
like.
there been experiment
head
now
transfer?
done like with snails,
They've
like
done
with
a
a
head
memory
transplant.
transfer? Yeah, memory transplant. With
No,
snails,
well, not
that's
memory.
what
They've done a head transplant.
there was
Okay.
something that recently
So
that was
here,
actually.
I thought about this analogy. It was really good for consciousness. Is if you're looking at a river, it's constantly changing. You're never looking at the exact same thing, but everything around it, the river, it seems the same. That's you. That's your consciousness. Now you dam up that river, you change the scenery, and then you run new water down. Is it still the same river? Is it still the same person? It's still the same area. It's still the same thing, kinda. But it's not the same, river. And if you mimic that spot, that exact riverbed and everything in a different spot, is that still the same river, or is it just a mimicry?
But how can you mimic somebody else's stories into it unless you yourself are doing it? Then it's not mimicry. That is kind of some kind of a transplant. Because mimicking Dallas, are you just mimicking his behavior, or are you actually trying?
You're giving a host Delos real Delos's memories.
So
because you only live as long as the last person that remembers you, you live forever if a thing has all of your memories.
But I mean, they made a comment about. But it made a comment that his memories or whatever was rejecting the reality of rejecting the host.
Correct.
So there was something, and it was like a transfer of an organ that's rejecting a human body rejecting organs.
I don't think it wasn't an organ.
It's the idea that it cannot. It reaches that cognitive plateau. It cannot deal with the concept that it is not who he thinks he is. It is so real. It is like so programmed that it is him. That it believes it so absolutely. It breaks him to believe that he is, or to know that he is not.
So it's just the code that is just so real that it's just thinking that it's supposed to be human being instead of a thing. What?
Just how, we think what's in Abernathy is how they put human consciousness into the host.
That's everything.
If Ford is the only one that has been able to use that ability thus far, it would make sense because he's seemingly able to talk to the Man in Black still through
anyone.
This person, the little girl, Lawrence's daughter. Mm-hmm. So obviously he does have a way to put his consciousness into other hosts.
I think Ford's in the network, the whole, not any one person.
Yeah, if anything, it is Ford that is part of that large pattern. He's like, I've never seen anything this big, and if that's the case, then yes, he's still playing it, or he's still talking to William, but I feel like more or less that's part of the game that he set up, for William to play.
And and that was all a show. Like him killing himself, I think he did that because he figured it out. He finally found out a way to live in the system and didn't need his body for his will to be done.
I mean, I think it's, I have a physical body, and when this physical body goes away, it doesn't matter if you were to mimic every moment of my life. It's how you process that information. It's how those memories were kept. Because every time you go and retrieve a memory, you change it. Yeah. You tamper it and change it to and tie it to all the other experiences that you're thinking about in that very moment. And the more you think about it in those different situations, you're changing it again and again. Every memory you go back to think about is a confabulation. You make it up essentially on the spot. You remember certain key points, and then you make everything else up about it. So it just, to think that you can transfer yourself, I just don't like it. I fight with that.
Like I said, I said this before, but transferring yourself, when you take your data, which is your memories, and you put it into something else, it might still be your memories, but it's not you.
Yeah, no, not
because
at all.
If you do that, you could still be alive, and the thing you transferred your memories to maybe is alive now, but you can't both be you. So if in the instance that both of you with the same memories are two different people, it's always the case.
Guys, this is a conversation we can have on the side. Is there anything else we need to?
You playing Drake?
Forest plan.
Everybody, good night, y'all.
Good
it
night,
was
guys.
good.
It's all Ford's plan.
It's
telling you. It's Ford's plan.
I agree. It is all Ford's plan.
Yeah, no, Mark has something to say.
Oh.
I didn't say anything.
You did? I thought you were going to sleep or something. My bad.
Go ahead. Well, because I don't know, you were talking and I just tried to keep my. I just have one thing.
Yeah.
When Dolores was talking about the blue tongue disease and the flies, I remembered in like the very first episode, I think it ended with her. Bernard was talking to her, and he was asking if she would ever kill a fly. She lied to him, and she said no. And then it went back to her, and she was like outside of her house, and she killed a fly. She like smacked it off her face. So I think that the fact that she decided to do this drastic step with Daddy, even though she apparently has feelings for him, is because she learned that the way to go, like to save her herd and to like keep on going, is to like make sacrifices. And just violence has always been a part of her life, and I think that's why she's going that route as far as compared to Maeve, who has essentially been some sort of a companion. I mean, she's been through some shit too, but for most part, I mean, she's been a mother, and then she's been a madame. I mean,
some more diplomacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instead of
that's
Dolores
why I
has
think
always
they're
been a daughter.
that's why they're both going such opposite ways, and whether it's their choice or not, it's debatable. I don't know.
Yeah. True.
That's all, folks. You literally you fried my brain. Like I was listening to and falling asleep, and I was just trying to remember fly.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right.
Why you kept talking?
Sorry.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching Westworld Season 2 Episode 5. This was a fantastic introduction to Shogun World. Hit the like button if you enjoyed our reaction and review. A big shout out to all of the names in yellow here. As always, a reminder, you can watch the full uncut episode on our Patreon. Hope you all have a wonderful day and see you next time.